Hello and welcome. I am Anne Vivian and welcome to Mystical Adventures. I'm looking at a little bit different screen as we're recording tonight. So I'm going to assume that it's still recording. Okay. I got the message from my producer. We're good. So welcome to Mystical Adventures. Hello, my name is Anne Vivian, and Mystical Adventures is a place where we explore intuitive, mystical, healing, creative realms together. It is my intention for this show to be uplifting and for us to connect and for you to feel empowered and inspired and to feel your own magic and intuition and power. So welcome. I so appreciate you've tuned in today. It's a big week here on the earth, in America and also on the earth. I want to just quickly remind you that I'm having some fabulous mystical magical interviews come up in December. I've got Tina Angeli coming up December 1st. She's going to talk about her book, which she goes into her near-death experiences and experiences with angels. So many interesting topics that she's exploring in this book, and she'll tell us all about that December 1st. So please tune in for that. And December 21st, my friend and colleague, Bradford Tilden, who is a sound and crystal healer and a musician, very talented musician, is going to come on December 22nd, and we're going to have some fun with Brad. So please join us for those shows, for these interviews. Let me tell you what the spirit helper is that came out this week. This week I tuned into what plant, animal, mineral, angelic, divine helper or guide or entity wanted to come through to give guidance and hopeful message to my audience. And who came through this week but Dandelion plant spirit. So I love dandelion. Dandelion is a plant spirit that is there. Okay, thank you, Dave. So things are rocking and rolling with the camera. Dandelion plant spirit is associated with divination, with intuition, with the planet Jupiter and expansion, and with wishes. If you're in America, or maybe dandelions grow in other places in the world, and you might remember as a child blowing on a dandelion and making a wish, and the seeds float off into the air. Such a magical little ritual to do as a child, isn't it? So dandelions are associated with wishes and divination and intuition. You can actually drink dandelion tea. It has been used in folk traditions to enhance your psychic ability. I would, first of all, suggest you consult your doctor before ingesting any substance. Secondly, get organic dandelion tea because they tend to absorb toxins pretty easily in the environment. So dandelion came out, and dandelion wants us to remember to play, to get out in nature, in the grass, and be one with the birds and the trees, and to remember that as you open to yourself, the world opens to you. Dandelion is so expansive and so magical. As you tune into your own magic and expansiveness, you experience more magic and expansiveness in your world. Excuse me. And I wanted to talk today about the world. I wanted to talk about the collective and the whole. And dandelion is actually, in my opinion, a great plant to help you connect with the whole and connect with your wholeness. So thank you, dandelion spirits. If you want to connect with dandelion spirit, you can, if they're still growing in your neighborhood, you can pick one up and just sit next to one and commune with it. You can get the tea. You can just meditate and ask dandelion spirit to come visit you. But I think it's a beautiful plant spirit energy, and I love that plant spirit has come to give us this message this week. It's been an intense week, and we could use some play. And it's good to connect with our community and connect with the world. So the world has gone through a really big shift with here in America and here all over the world. Obviously, big political things happening. No matter where you stand politically, I think we can all agree there's a huge amount of division in politics right now in the West in America. And it got me thinking about how many are really seeking unity in this time and seeking a way for us to reconnect with each other. And the truth is, we live in a world of duality. That is part of the human experience. And I believe it's part of our divine task to find a way to negotiate that duality. So I wanted to read to you as a chapter, a few lines from the Tao Te Ching. Speaking about unity, I felt very inspired to look into the Tao Te Ching this week and share it with you. What is this Tao Te Ching, you may be asking, or perhaps you know. It's an ancient book written by a Chinese mystic, Lao Tzu, and in it, he explores universal truths, wisdom of nature, balance, and what is called the Tao or the Way, which really reflects the universal principles of nature and the universe. So this is chapter 39. I wanted to read you two translations. One is by one of my favorite authors, Ursula K. Le Guin. She's actually an author of fiction, but she apparently has studied the Tao Te Ching and for many years and conferred with some scholars to come up with this translation. So that's the first one I'm going to read you. And then I'll read another translation of the same chapter 39 so that you get two different versions. Chapter 39, Integrity. Those who of old got to be whole. Heaven, through its wholeness, is pure. Earth, through its wholeness, is steady. Spirit, through its wholeness, is potent. The valley, through its wholeness, flows with the rivers. The 10,000 things through their wholeness live. Rulers, through their wholeness, have authority. Their wholeness makes them what they are. Without what makes it pure, heaven would disintegrate. Without what steadies it, earth would crack apart. Without what makes it potent, spirit would fail. Without what fills it, the valley would run dry. Without what quickens them, 10,000 things would die. Without what authorizes them, rulers would fall. The root of the noble is in the common. The high stands on what's below. Princes and kings call themselves orphans, widowers, beggars, to get themselves rooted in the dirt. The multiplicity of riches is poverty. Jade is praised as precious, but its strength is being stone. I'm going to read you the same chapter as translated by Derek Lin. This is from the Tao Te Ching, chapter 39. Those that attained oneness since ancient times, the sky attained oneness and thus clarity. The earth attained oneness and thus tranquility. The gods attained oneness and thus abundance. The myriad things attained oneness and thus life. The rulers attained oneness and became the standard for the world. These all emerged from oneness. The sky, lacking clarity, would break apart. The earth, lacking tranquility, would erupt. The gods, lacking divinity, would vanish. The valley, lacking abundance, would wither. Myriad things, lacking life, would be extinct. The rulers, lacking standard, would be toppled. Therefore, the honored uses the lowly as basis. The higher uses the lower as foundation. Thus the rulers call themselves alone, bereft, unworthy. Is this not using the lowly as basis? Is it not so? Therefore, the ultimate honor is no honor. Do not wish to be shiny like jade. Be dull like rocks. Just letting that sink in. I feel so much wisdom and power from whenever I read the Tao Te Ching. And many feel this verse or chapter is about unity. Did you hear the themes in those words? The themes of aloneness is to wither and die, but connectedness is to live and thrive. And the underlying paradigm that we are all one. And when we turn away from our oneness, we turn away from life energy. I want to suggest that this week you meditate on how you can connect with the earth and the whole and the universe and the world in a positive way. How you can connect with the whole of yourself and the whole of humanity. We are starting a new chapter, and I think this is a really powerful time to connect with each other and set our intention how we can create a new, better earth, a new, better community, local, country, global. And one of the ways we can do that is by filling our minds with these higher vibrational ideas and paradigms and thoughts. How can I create more unity, more expansiveness, more connectedness, more life energy flow in myself and the world? One of the ways is to surrender ourselves to the divine and ask how we can connect with the flow, to open ourselves to an answer we might not expect. I would suggest doing just that this week, my friend, and connecting with yourself, tuning in to yourself, assessing what thoughts am I choosing to think, and paying attention to your vibration in that way. There's also taking positive action and noticing if our actions are aligned with our ideals. You might notice after you set your intention or use prayer or whatever spiritual practice you are comfortable using, that when you set your intention or pray about how you can be part of a positive change, a positive new chapter in the globe, and be a part of more unity, that you're guided to people, places, situations, ideas, experiences that help put you in a position to create just that. And in order to do that, we have to be open, though. In order to do that, we have to open our minds to possibilities we may not be aware of. And I feel this is a very special time here on the planet when we have the opportunity to be a part of change, and we have the opportunity to be agents of positive change, to be catalysts for positive change, not just personally, but in our relationships, in our friendships and family and community, and in our larger global community. It is about a quarter till, and I do believe we have a caller on the line. And it looks like we have, I'm just writing down the caller's name, Natasha, so that I can tune into her energy, from Indiana. Hi, Natasha from Indiana. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Hi, I'm so delighted to connect with you tonight. How are things in Indiana?
It's our last warm day of the year, we think.
Yes,
but we're doing good here.
We had Indian summer as well here in New England, and
yeah.
we're cherishing it as well. So, Natasha, how can I help you tonight, my friend?
I just wanted to get like a general reading, if I could.
Great.
Or...
Yeah,
see where it
that's
goes.
perfect. I'm going to tune into your energy. Just give me a moment and I'll tell you what I'm picking up, okay?
Absolutely.
Well, when I just tune into your energy, Natasha, I'm getting the sense that um, you are striving to be more free in your life in some way, and you're considering how to break free more.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And I'm feeling that you're a little bit divided with how you want to or how different parts of you feel about this freedom. That perhaps one part of you is feeling that you're ready and that you're expansive, and it's just like I almost see you wanting to dance. And another part of
hmm
you feels unsure and maybe even like um, you're not you're concerned about how people will react to you taking a step towards this freedom.
in a way, yeah.
So do you mind telling me how are you wanting to break free more, be more free?
Well, my boyfriend and I, we've had a rough year. We're together, and we had a kind of a tragic situation happen to my daughter. Thankfully, she's okay. It's breaking free from her dad's side of the family, and there's just a huge divide. My
Ah,
boyfriend is not her dad, but I have been around these people 22 years, and obviously it's a no-brainer when it comes to your child.
yeah, that you feel they're not good for her to be around.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Um, so part of you is realizing, feeling like this is the best course of action to take, and part of you is what's the other part feeling?
Yes,
Well, I just pulled some cards and to further tune into the situation, Natasha. And so here's what I'm getting. I feel like you were a leader in the family, yes, like you were a very strong female and someone people look up to and um, function as a leader in the family.
yes.
Yes, yeah. Strong female energy, like a very nurturing yet not going to take, not going to take any BS kind of female power here. And I feel like people
Right.
really trust you and your way of setting the tone in the family and of standing your ground and standing up for others. And I feel like there's a lot of um, trust in you by the people around you to just in general, just in family matters, just in relationships. So I feel like, that beautiful energy is coming out right now. And I feel spirit saying, don't be afraid to use that it's your strength right now. That you don't have to be
Absolutely.
right. And you don't have to be afraid or worry too much that you're going about it in the wrong way. I really feel like you have the thrust of the energy on your side here, the thrust of
Mm-hmm.
the momentum, I will say, if that makes sense, on your side, that what you're
Mm-hmm.
doing is for the greater whole. And I believe your daughter realizes it, and so does your partner, your boyfriend, and that I think it's almost like more people are on your side than you realize, if that makes sense. That there's
Oh yeah,
actually,
yeah.
yeah, there's actually a lot of help behind the scenes to help you kind of extricate yourself and make this shift. And it's funny, we're in a time of a lot of shifts, and I've noticed just all over the world, so many shifts are happening right now in people's jobs and agencies and relationships and families. So, I think this is kind of in alignment with what's happening.
Right.
I feel
Absolutely.
that, right? I feel, Natasha, that you are someone that people really are going to come to for counsel in the family. I feel like you're going to be someone, as you break free from these people, that it's almost like people respect you more, and you're going to be the one to make some of the decisions here, Natasha, about how this goes down. And I see you making really wise decisions. You're not making rash decisions. I see you tuning in. I feel like you were actually going to mentors as well and asking for advice. And I see you going to very wise people. I also see you turning inward and not making a rash decision, but figuring out how to move forward in the situation and set some boundaries with these people in a way that is respecting the integrity of all. And I think that you really will do this in a very grounded, centered way, and that you'll get more respect from the family in general for having done this. I feel like you will, there's a female in the family, I feel, or it could be in the family, it could be in your circle of friends, but I feel like there's a female maybe that's coming forward in the future who is going to join with you and help you and give kind of like boost your pride and boost your confidence that you're doing the right thing. And you're going to have this person around you, I feel like, helping you, reassure you that the actions you're taking are in the best interest of the whole family. There's a female I sense coming to your side to help you in all of this.
Yes.
Is someone coming to mind who this might be?
I would have to say, I call her Granny, my dad's friend.
Okay. Yes. Well, and I was sensing that you're going within to your inner wisdom. You're turning within as you make decisions about this, Natasha, but that you're also consulting mentors, and that you have support of a very supportive, nurturing female. So I'm not sure if she's both the mentor and the support, or just the support, but I see you getting a lot of support and wise advice coming from outside and from your own heart and your own prayer and turning within.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And regarding your daughter, I just thought I'd pull a few cards for her. I feel like, she's a little bit confused about what's going on. She's sort of not sure what to think right now, which is understandable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
I feel like she does, right? I feel like she does really trust you, Natasha, and she doesn't know quite what to think or to make of it or how to handle what's happening, but she does trust you and is able to trust you enough to move forward, with your plan, even though she's not quite sure the whys or the hows or the what it all means. And I feel like Spirit is saying,
Right.
what could really help her right now is if you're just explaining things to her in the best way that you can, and spending time with her, and even just spending time with her is going to help her to comfort her, and to help her arrive at more clarity. I feel like she's someone who really does respond to just like a calm environment. So providing that for her and just using, explaining things in a simple way, simple yet honest, might be something that
Right.
could help her to cope.
Absolutely. And that's what we've been doing. She's mild mental handicap, so it's kind of a up in the air kind of thing.
I see. She's got some disabilities mentally.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then that would make sense to just explain things in a simple way to her and why she might be a little bit confused. But I think that she will be able to move towards more understanding and feeling more comfortable with it. I really do, because she's really looking to you for that steady hand and that guidance, and I see you providing that to her. So we are about to wrap up for tonight, Natasha, but thank you so much for calling in, and I hope that was helpful.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much for calling. And thank you, viewer and listener, for tuning in tonight. I so appreciate that we connected. I look forward to seeing you at a future show. Have a great week. Namaste. Connect with the unity of the whole and the wisdom within you and around you. I will see you next week. Namaste.